First Corinthians chapter number 13, verse 11. The Bible says, when I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. This was spoken by Apostle Paul to the church in Corinth when he began the ministry. The ministry started off well, but it began to age rather than mature. You have to understand that there is a difference between growing up and aging. And in this case, the church of Corinth was now aging rather than maturing, because there was feuding in the fellowship. There was lust for leadership. There was dysfunctional discipleship and a carnal commitment. And Paul writes a letter to help the church of Corinth to get back to track. And one thing that he emphasizes, he says, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. When I became, meaning there was a process to get the child that was growing to become a man. There was a process that needed to be done. Right before the process, he says, when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. And you have to understand that this context is not only relevant to babies, it's not relevant to children that are underage, but there are some people that are old, but they still speak like a child. They understand as a child. They think like a child. But Apostle Paul is saying, you need to put away the childish things. You need to mature. You need to become a man. And for you to become a man, you need to put away every childish thing, which is the way that you speak, the way that you understand, the way that you think. You must observe how you think, how you speak, and how you comprehend things. And you must mature. And maturity comes through time, through trials, and through teaching, and it cannot happen overnight. And the key to maturity is love. That is why Apostle Paul opens this chapter saying, if I speak in the tongues of men or of angels but do not have love, I'm only resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. Real maturity begins with love. Love for God, love for others, love for ourselves. So I want you to begin to love yourself, love your neighbors, love God above all, for you to become mature. And in John 13:35, the Bible says, by this everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. Meaning we need to practice love. We don't only have to speak about love, but we must practice love. We must show love, which is a sign of maturity. Another thing that Apostle Paul wants the church to understand is that maturity is not seen in the spiritual gifts, but maturity is seen in love, in your spiritual love. You may sing like an angel, but if you don't have love, it's immature. You can preach like Paul, but if you don't have love, it's immature. You can serve like Jesus, but if you don't have love, it's immaturity. So on this day, I want you to introspect yourself. Check if you have the love of God. Check if you love the people around you. Check if you love yourself, and begin to mature. Put away every childish thought. Put away every childish speech. Put away anything associated to a child and become a man. Mature up. Begin to think like a man. Begin to speak like a man. Begin to walk like a man. Become a man.